Welcome back to Lost Legacies.
A Hidden City Book Company production.
I'm Sam.
I'm Matt.
Everybody, welcome back. Welcome back to the show. Happy to be here. Happy to have you here. Before we get started, Matt, you got anything? You got anything going on? Got any updates? What's going on?
Nope. Nothing. I am curious to hear your thoughts on Alien Earth.
Oh, that's right. Yes, listeners, I did watch the first two episodes of Alien Earth. I think there are three out now. But only two of them were up when I saw it this weekend. So, it's good. It's weird. It's uh but it's also kind of like, a lot of the things that we were saying, like, yeah, I think like these are some of the things we want to see in like the next Alien movie or something.
Mm-hmm.
Um yeah, like I think a lot of our problems with Romulus were solved kind of by just within like these first two episodes, because it does have kind of like an adventurous feel
Mm-hmm.
to it, and the xenomorph is scary. It's
Mm.
scary again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, crazy how, like, a full theatrically released movie
Mm-hmm.
couldn't top, like the scares that were in, like this TV show.
Okay, that's cool. I'm gonna have to check it out. What is it on Hulu?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Because
Hulu.
it's FX, so I think the episodes come out on either I think they premiere on FX on Sunday. Monday they go to Hulu.
All right, I'll have to go check that out. That
Yeah,
sounds cool. That sounds exciting.
yeah. I was a little like weary because like the first episode really like right out the gate feels like, okay, this is just Alien, like we're
Mm.
kind of just doing Alien. But by
Mm-hmm.
like after like 10 minutes or so, it completely changes the game and you're like, "Oh, okay, wait, what show are we watching?"
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's interesting. I have thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
but mostly they're all positive. Yeah, so whenever you watch, let me know.
Nice. All right. All right. Sounds good.
Yeah,
That's exciting.
yeah. But what you can let me know your thoughts on right now, right this second, is this episode of Andor, Season 2, Episode 2, Sagrona Tima, in which we pick up right where last episode left off with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So what
Yeah.
are your thoughts, Matt?
Pretty much where my thoughts were last week, just more so. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Thought it was a great episode. Everything that I liked about the first one, or episode one, I liked about this one, except it's just like even more of it. Uh, Again, I gotta double down. I hated all the Rebel stuff, and I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah.
this is your last season, and you just wasted Cassie and Andor for two episodes.
Mm,
So they're like, I did enjoy like the drama of having them, the two groups separated by like the fog cloud. I was like, okay, this could be cool,
hmm.
but then it wasn't. um so like the ideas were there,
Yeah,
and then I do like how they start like trying to turn the fighter. I'm like,
yeah,
okay, this is cool, but that like not like nothing. I was like, all right. They're gonna like duke it out to see who they're gonna listen to, and all this stuff, and it just comes down to like they're playing rock paper scissors, like
yeah,
Star Wars rock paper scissors.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, ugh, all right. It like you could have done something cool, like, hey, this was our culture or something. We have this kind of right that we do. Um, okay, cool. Like give me something to sink my teeth into. But yeah, I'm just like, all right, well, fine.
Yeah.
Um, but also I feel like I don't like you would have to come up with a whole other story for Cassian for these first two episodes.
Hmm.
Like I yeah. I would have loved to see how he gets to the that starfighter thing in the beginning of episode one. Maybe that could have been these two episodes. That's the climax. He actually escapes with it.
Yeah.
Like so, yeah. I don't know. But it's a bummer because they're going into the second season knowing that it's going to be their last, and already it's like, well, we only got 10 episodes left, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's put Diego Luna to work. Um, yeah. So, but everything else I absolutely loved. Again, I loved all the stuff on Chandrila, all the wedding stuff. Um, it's just like it's like Downton Abbey. I'm just watching people going through the motions, just doing the thing.
Hmm.
This is very interesting though because it's kind of just like people living their lives, going through these traditions or bringing back these traditions, but there's this overall sense of unease.
Hmm.
And I really liked Perrin's speech and how he was talking about like this is what's important. This is what's underneath it all. This is what makes it worth it.
Yeah.
And that could really be taken two different ways because you can see the hope and the inspiration. Yeah, the galaxy is going to crap, and what is worth fighting for? And Mon kind of alludes to that when she's talking to Vale about Cinta. She's like, you have to live if you're gonna
Hmm.
fight. So there is that aspect of it. Like, yeah, this is a beautiful time where you're mingling and having fun and enjoying life. I always think of Matt Smith's doctor from Doctor Who, where he says you probably wonder, something to the fact of like all this is going to end in sadness, so why do we bother with the good times and laughing?
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
that's when you realize because this will all end in sadness.
Hmm.
Of course, I just butchered that, but that's essentially thinking. It's like you need to hold on to those precious moments, you
Yeah.
know, and so like that was very inspirational. But at the same time, it coming from Perrin, it kind of has this air of like, uh, all the crap that's going on around us, but we're going to bury our head in this, you know,
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
like this comfort, this safety. And I think which a lot of people are doing right now, a lot of us, are definitely in doing that. It's like an escapism. It's a form of escapism,
Yeah,
you
for
know.
sure.
So it really is like a kind of double-edged sword, that speech, and I really liked it.
Hmm.
Um and yeah, man, like we haven't really done MVPs, but like I think he was the MVP of this episode,
I would
because
agree. Yeah.
that speech and then his talk with I love he has a little aside with the gangster guy when they're on the hike,
Hmm.
but I also like when he's essentially just calling out Mon and saying like, "Oh, Tay's your lover, isn't he?" Blah 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 blah, and
Hmm.
I'm just like, dude, this is a very interesting, different Perrin from season one.
Hmm.
And I'm like, I like this. He's still true to that kind of I'm just gonna sit back and watch everything play out kind of character,
Yeah.
but still he's starting to get more assertive, angry. I don't know. And I like
Hmm.
how he calls out Tay and he's like, he always was weak, and he just walks
Hmm.
off. I'm like, ooh, he's just doing that to stab on, but
Hmm.
I was like, damn.
I also really liked just before that exchange where like Mon comes in and they just have an exchange as like a married couple,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And it's a very different vibe from what we've seen, up
Hmm.
up to this point, all throughout season one. They're like bickering at each other, they're like snapping at each other. And in this one little moment, where they're like if I don't know if it's love. I don't know if there is
Hmm.
love between them anymore,
Hmm.
because they were married so young, and
Hmm.
it's an archaic tradition, and part of it is politics, and all this stuff. But they get to have that little moment, where like Mon steals a little bit
Yeah.
of Perrin's tea, and
Hmm.
it's like that's not artifice.
Hmm.
That's not putting on a show. Like you just genuine, you
Yeah.
know? And then the way she's even looking at Perrin as he's giving his speech, it's like in a way it's like she kind of agrees that like there
Hmm.
is there is all of this, pain and suffering, and it finds people, but we have to live, and we have to find joy in life, especially within,
Hmm.
our relationships.
Hmm.
And yeah, I don't know. There was just something about
Yeah.
about those moments where I'm just like, man, like, yeah, like I think they do still genuinely care for each other.
Hmm.
It's I don't know. It feels weird to call it a little more like true to life, but it it just feels a little more realistic in a way. It's like I don't think these two were ever going to be,
Hmm.
storybook, fairy tale ending, any of
Yeah.
that stuff. It's like, but yeah, like this is the reality,
Yeah.
like some people do technically fall out of love, but they still carry a genuine like affection for each other.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think, when it comes to movies and shows and just stories in general, typically the stories we are fed or create, it isn't about the ordinary. It's
Yeah.
always about, I guess, the extraordinary, the one thing that happens, it's we're not going to see just your normal everyday Tuesday, unless we immediately show Wednesday and it's completely different. You know what I
Mm.
mean? So, we forget that Mon and Perrin had been married since they were 16. So I don't know, what was that, 30 years? Because what would you say?
Probably.
Like, probably 40s, maybe.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, like we don't get to see the everyday, day-to-day
Hmm.
lives of them. We're just seeing the extraordinary scenarios. So yeah, and even if there is no love there, there's still a decades long partnership and their
Hmm.
team, and it's really cool just to still to see that, especially after they were so antagonistic to each other in the first season.
Hmm.
We could still see that, like, that probably hasn't gone. We haven't seen it in these first two episodes, but
Hmm.
that probably is still there. We kind of see it a little bit when his parents talk about Tay,
Yeah.
but it's I don't know, it's just more the foundation. You see what it is, even if it's not a solid foundation, it's a foundation, and you get to see that at this point in their relationship, which is nice.
Hmm.
Um, which is very not ordinary. I keep seeing
Yeah.
clips from the Materialists, the movie that just came out, on my Instagram. I'm like, I think I have to check this out because I'm watching it. I'm like, man, this just feels very real.
Mm.
And I never really knew what it was about because they don't really say it in the trailer. Obviously, it's if you don't know what I'm talking about, listeners, it's a movie starring Dakota Johnson as like a wedding, or like a what's it called? She sets people up for a living. Like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
if you want to find, like, someone to date, and you're rich, you go to her and she'll find you someone. And she falls for Pedro Pascal, who's this rich guy. I don't know what he
Hmm.
does.
Who
Um,
wouldn't, to be
yeah,
honest.
yeah, it's Pedro Pascal, and he's rich, kind of like Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
And and so she's going through this relationship with him, but at the same time, she reconnects with her ex, who's played by Chris Evans, who I don't know for sure, but I think he's like a struggling actor, but I know he's broke.
Yeah. I thought he
And
was like a cater waiter.
like I said, a struggling actor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Fair enough.
um, but so that's kind of the thing. She's basically has to choose between this new love in her life, this rich guy, and uh, her old love of her life, this poor
Hmm.
guy. And they show that in the trailers, but they never really. It's just alluded to and kind of like seems like set dressing. But these clips I'm watching, I'm like, wow, no, this really is about the materialistic side of it. Like,
Mm.
she has problems with Chris Evans being poor. And it's like, does that make her a shallow person? Maybe a little, but that doesn't mean her feelings aren't valid, you know?
Mm. Okay.
And then on the flip side, it's like, okay, well, how much of her love for Pedro Pascal is for Pedro Pascal and how much is for the money,
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
scenes I'm seeing, I'm like, wow, this is really, this is really well done, And I'm like, I don't know whose side to choose. So I
Hmm.
kind of want to check it out now. I don't think I've watched anything with Dakota Johnson in it, so that would be a first. Um,
What, you
but
didn't see 50 Shades of Grey?
hell no. And I didn't see Madam Web either. So, uh,
Cinema, Matt.
I feel like I've seen something with her, right? I had to have at some point. I don't know.
I don't
But
know.
anyway, that was the long-winded way I had to explain it. But of
Okay.
saying like that's kind of what this feels like. It felt like very real scenarios and like conversations that they were having.
Mm-hmm.
Mon talking with Perrin, Mon talking with Vel, again talking about the traditions. And I just love Vel's just not having a good time. You
Yeah.
know? And I'm like, oh my God, she's me. She's me in this season. I'm just like, another social engagement. Okay.
Uh-huh. And this time it's a hike
A
in
hike,
the
I know.
sun. Ugh,
Yeah. I
gross.
wouldn't mind that, but yeah,
True.
I'm like with other people. Oh. So but then yeah, and then Tay comes out of nowhere, heel turn. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh
Because
yeah.
we liked him. We trusted him in season one, and now it's
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
what's he gonna for? And like I didn't really know what they were talking about. It was a really clever scene because they're talking about things that they're not actually talking about out loud. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh
Yeah.
man, because I'm thinking like, wait a minute, is this a sex thing or no, just money? I'm like, okay, oh, or is it okay?
Well, yeah. When I first watched this, like I kind of thought that like, wait, is this kind of a sex thing? Because,
Yeah,
he's divorced. He and Mon like
and
used to be,
it's perfectly set up
something.
because this is after Perrin has his talk with Mon, and he
Yeah.
says that he's like, hey, he's separated from his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying, I know there's
Mm-hmm.
history, you know what I mean? So it was like
Yeah.
already planted in our heads.
Yeah. And like I don't know how much of that is also me coming off of like Game of Thrones, where it's like this kind of has this sort of like same like scale and structure of
Yeah.
like we're having secret conversations within conversations,
Yeah.
chaos is a ladder, but also we need to bone down right now or else I'll tell the queen everything. And it's like,
Yeah.
wait a second, hang on,
Yeah.
yeah. So like when I first watched this, I kind of thought that's where they were getting at. And I'm like, ooh, that's pretty twisted. Like,
Yeah.
and to be fair, we still technically don't know because really we just know that he's not happy.
He's
He's
not
not happy
happy
with
and he's
how,
drunk.
yeah, and he's drunk. And yeah, yeah, never a good combination.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's lost money because of the rebels, because of rebel activity. But he's the one who set up Skolden and Mon for their deal for the Foundation,
Yeah.
and they're both happy, you
Yeah.
know. And then that leads us to, Mon's conversation with Luthen,
hmm
where
Well, before
Luthen's
that
like,
though, I love that scene like after they have that talk because Luthen's we see him before that conversation. He
mhm,
watches them as they walk off, and
yeah,
then that conversation happens, and like I don't know the actress who plays Mon, fantastic job. Like she does a great job of like hiding her panic and her fear, and the way she just like a hair short of storming off. Like
hmm,
she's clearly affected. I was looking for another word.
distressed, upset.
Distressed, sure, or stressed. Yeah, like
Yes.
she told this totally caught her off guard,
Hmm.
and like she's almost panicking at this point, and I love it. And I love because Luthien's watching and he sees, I'm like, oh crap. And then we have the scene where he's talking to her about it. And I'm like,
Hmm.
oh God, I'm kind of
Uh,
glad he showed up after all.
right, right. By the way, Genevieve O'Reilly.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah. And
Um,
yeah, Luthen is straight up just like I told you, this guy was gonna be a problem.
he
This was gonna
did.
be an issue.
He did, yeah.
And needing to know like what is it that he's after, you
Yeah.
know? And Mon is convinced, and it's just like we'll find a number. Like I'm gonna put a meeting in the books. We're gonna find a number, all this
Yeah.
stuff. And you know, I don't know if that's gonna sit right with Luthen,
I think that number is you, Mon. It's
I
you. He
think
wants
so.
your number.
Uh-huh.
All seven of them.
8675 309.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Uh, I don't know, man. Tay's gonna find himself at the bottom of a Chandrillan cliff. The way he's drinking, he's
Mm-hmm.
just gonna have a small accident. He's gonna
Mm-hmm.
take a stumble,
Mm-hmm.
and
Who knows?
the only witness is going to be Luthen. What's his full name? Like, I feel like it should be something very flamboyant.
It's Luthen Rao.
Oh, that's right, Luthen Rao. Okay, that's like a spy's name, you know, like
Luthen Ruthen.
Luthen. Like, yeah, he needs something very like he needs something a little more cunty. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like
Yeah, that's
so
true.
yeah, I love when he's in character.
Yeah.
You know, I love when he's out of character too. So it's just like, this is perfect.
Yeah.
I want a one man show of this guy's story. Just get Stellan Skarsgård on a stage and like let's
Yeah.
make this happen.
Oh man, that'd be so rad.
Hmm.
Star Wars on stage for the first time, and it's just a one-man
One
show.
man show.
No budget, just Stellan Skarsgård.
Man, wow. Uh, yeah. What else happened? Uh,
We finally get to see Cyril again.
oh man, Cyril. Man, this boy he's domesticated.
Uh-huh.
Very interesting. I'm like, okay, yeah, he kind of has the job now of introducing like the new hires and stuff, and like
Hmm.
he's it's like this, I don't know, man, this actor, like you could tell he's not passionate about it, but he's going through the motions,
Hmm.
Like you could kind of see like I think Cyril believes what he's saying,
Hmm.
but it's not enough. I think that's where he's at right now. Like
Okay.
that, at least that's the vibe I got. Like the whole speech he gave to that kid, the new hire.
Yeah.
Like I see what he's saying, and I like how we kind of get like uh the passionate side of him kind of starts breaking out.
Hmm.
But at the same time, it's just like I still feel like this isn't where he wants to be. He wants to be out
Oh
there
yeah, yeah.
hunting, you know? I'm like,
Yeah, for
huh.
sure. Yeah, and I think it's that thing where it's like that speech felt so rehearsed.
Yeah, it did. It
You
did.
know, even the point where he like points where his old cubicle was, and then as soon as the guy looks, he like snaps him back to
Yeah.
attention. Uh, and then yeah, like definitely gets passionate when he's just like, I uncovered a cabal of all these things, and he's
Yeah.
there, and he even like he's using the same like wording and phrasing of the guy who was introducing him to the
Hmm.
job, but he changes it, where he's like he was just told that there is a future in fuel purity. He
Hmm.
switches it up and he's like, there's a future here for those who dare. I'm like,
Yeah. I was
oh,
like,
okay, all
dude,
right.
and this lines up perfectly with him in season one. I'm like, dude, that's a cat poster in the break room. You
Oh
know what I
yeah.
mean? There's a future here for those who dare. I was like, oh my God,
I just
this
want to
is
see like Cyril looking at that, eating his little cereal, his little bowl of
right.
cereal.
He sees it on the box and he's like, I'm gonna have to write that down.
It's a kitten, but the kitten has a stormtrooper helmet.
And he's like diving into the bowl of cereal. Mittens.
Yeah.
Oh man, dude, like this actor is phenomenal, man. Like this is like Cyril. I think Cyril's the best character in this show because they're doing so much with so little.
Hmm.
Like I don't know how you write this character. Like
Yeah.
like I don't know. Like I want to see the scripts because like if you just take Cyril's dialogue, I'm like, okay, is there a little stage direction that says unsure when he says this line or whatever, or
Hmm.
overconfident? Like I'm just curious. Or is Tony Gilroy the type who's like, man, I'm gonna put like a paragraph of emotion
Yeah,
before I
yeah.
give him like two lines or two words to say. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Hmm.
really curious how what is his writing style like, and or is Tony Gilroy like on set with these people? Like is he kind of
Mm.
like what kind of he's not director, but like is like how involved with the actors is he in this?
Yeah.
Because like the both Cyril and Deidre are just phenomenal, and I don't know how you get these performances out of a script.
Hmm.
Like maybe that's why I'm not an actor. But like but you know like I don't know. All the characters are fantastic. Cassian, Mon, Luthen, but
Hmm.
still like okay, I can see what they're doing and I can see how this is on script, but Deidre and Cyril, I'm like how much of this is just like the actors on the spot and how much is like okay, this is what I'm thinking because they're so complex and they're both villains, which is so makes it so much more juicy, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So what's this meeting they keep canceling? Is it with his mom? I was
I don't
thinking of
know.
like, do they keep canceling on his mom? Is that what this thing is? Like, we're gonna meet your mom. Um, but speaking of like it's almost like a complete opposite of Mon and Perrin. Like, you
Hmm.
don't really see love between Cyril and Deidre. I'm like,
Mm-mm.
are they just roommates? Like, what's going on? Like they get like she gets intimidatingly close, but
Hmm.
there's no love, there's no hug, there's no nothing. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
is he just
They're
a
like
simp at this point? Like,
the
what's going
two
on?
the two things that I feel like there are two like physical things that are happening in the scene. One, is straight up physical touch, like, she touches his face,
Oh yeah,
and it feels kind of genuine when she touches his face and she's like, we can't cancel again. And then he still has that look, and then she immediately drops her hand and is like, we can't cancel, and
yeah.
then leaves. And you're like, okay, yeah, for sure. Like that. So it's this kind of relationship. But also, very first time we've seen her with her hair down.
Hmm.
Every single time, every scene that we've seen her in, she's got her hair up in that tight little knot,
Yeah,
keeping all the hate and fascist ideology inside. And here
yeah,
she's like, she's hair's hanging down, and it's like, so there is like, you know, there's a level of comfortability.
yeah,
Also, this is just, speaking of materialists, how can you really truly get comfortable in an apartment like that? That apartment looks like crap. It's just white. It's like it's
very
nice.
sterile. Yeah,
It's nice, but yeah, it looks like an Apple store,
yeah,
you know?
yeah,
Yeah, and I'm not getting comfy in that. So,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, man, I it's really interesting. Like this is kind of the first episode where I realized it, but like there's so many couples in this show.
Hmm.
And I guess because now we have Cyril and Deidre, you know, and whatever kind of relationship that is. But then we have Mon and Perrin, which is we just talked about how interesting and unique a couple that is. And
Hmm.
it's around a wedding, which is this young couple, you know. And you compare that with like Cassian and Bix, who have this kind of history. They're not really a couple, but there's this history there, you know.
Hmm.
And then, of course, we have like Brazo and his what did I call her? His lady friend,
His lady friend,
his
yeah.
girlfriend. Okay, you know, we have them together. But now we're also seeing like the young kid, like especially compared to last week. I'm like, okay, he wisened up. You know, he likes
Hmm.
this girl a lot.
Yeah.
So it's just really interesting. I'm like, okay, how many of these couples are gonna make it out? Like this is set us up for heartbreak. And
Uh-huh.
the last thing I'll say about Deidre is like something's up, something's happening. She's always been the outcast, and we kind of talked about how she kind of fits into the empire in season
Hmm.
one. Um, I don't. Something's gonna happen to her this season. I
Mm.
I don't see her being like the villain to the end. Like I don't think I'm
Ooh,
not saying
okay.
that I'm not like Sarge, not like the Sarge story I wanted but didn't get, where like he ends up turning good, but
Yeah.
like I'm still, dude, like her problem last week with the whole hang on,
Meeting. Secret meeting.
hang on, I'm gonna remember this. Gondians.
Gormans.
Gormans.
Oh my
Gormans. Like
God. Write
Psycho
it
Gorman.
down.
Okay.
Yeah, like Psycho Gorman. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Her issue with Gorman, the planet, right? And all that
Hmm.
stuff. I'm like, huh. And it is kind of what you were saying. Like she's a cop. She's a cop who's essentially joined the CIA. So she thinks about things and she processes it different. And I'm
Hmm.
like, yeah, that kind of makes sense because like this isn't her. Like this isn't her. This isn't her beat, you know, oppressing a whole planet and stuff. Like, no, like give her something to solve, something to fix, a
Hmm.
crime. That's why her and Cyril kind of like are really, I think, connected in a way, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I don't know. I think something and letting the hair down, like I don't know. I don't think she's gonna become a good guy, but I mean that would be a hell of a twist. But like I
Yeah.
think she's going to her skills, her analytical brain is going to be her downfall. She's gonna maybe she's the character we get that's gonna start seeing uh the faults in the empire and how this isn't a winning team. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Yeah.
Uh if not, that's fine. I do want a character like that. So I'm kind of at this point I'm kind of hoping it's her because we're
Hmm.
already seeing some doubts there. And I like how Partagas
Hmm.
how he was saying he's like, look, Gorman's a win. Take it or yeah,
It's a
take it.
gift.
It's a gift. Take it and win. I was like,
Hmm. Hmm.
interesting. So apparently he's on board now. He was the only one asking the serious questions last week, and I'm like, well, he's like, I guess we're in.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, and she even like she tells him like she doesn't want it. She wants to turn down the job. He's like, too
Hmm.
late. You're in.
Yeah.
At this point, they'll probably just kill you. You know,
Yeah.
like yeah, she's gonna slip and fall off this time a Gorman cliff. So,
That's good.
um,
Why? All you need to do is, go to the right back alley of Coruscant and you just throw somebody over the side.
yeah, that's true. I don't know. Uh, so yeah, so that's my prediction for
Hmm.
her. I don't know what Cyril's role in this plays. I'm kind of interested though. I
Hmm.
yeah, his kind of journey has been my favorite to watch. Um, but yeah, and then all the stuff on the farm planet. Oh, that's some scary stuff, man.
That's scary.
I was like, oh man, especially with just Bix alone with that dude. And I'm like, oh God.
Uh-huh.
Like, I can't imagine what she's feeling right now, you know?
Yeah.
So I was really glad when you see like Brazos come in from the back,
Hmm.
but still you're like, oh man. And the fact that like they're trapped, communications are down. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, it's like communications are down. They keep talking to, I guess, like the head, like the leader of the community, and they're
yeah,
basically saying that like the best thing you can try and do is stay ahead,
yeah.
but
But and you
they're
can't
they're
run because they're gonna
yeah, they're
catch you.
catching all the runners, it's like there's no way. Um yeah.
Do nobody believe in basements? Like I want like a basement somewhere, like I don't
What a
know.
basement planet,
Yeah, I don't know where you would hide it. Maybe under some of the crops. Like, I don't know. Where do you hide it that like no one will find, you know?
right?
So,
Oh, just hide it underneath one of those like that sprinkler thing Bix was fixing in the first episode.
oh yeah.
Just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
just have a little like
Yeah.
shaft that you can go underneath, hide in there for a while. I
It
don't
was
know.
interesting how like the guy who's kind of in charge was saying he's like, look, most of them are just coming in, they do the inventory and they leave. Uh what they find and how long they take is kind of up to I don't
The
know,
people.
the
Yeah.
the people. So yeah. So like
Hmm.
it's crazy because it's just a whim, you know? It's just
Hmm.
like, all right, we don't really care, you know,
Hmm.
blah blah blah. They could have walked into the little shop and started asking for IDs, but they didn't, you know. They just
Yeah.
casually have a conversation with the guy. Um, but unfortunately, Bix caught the eye of that one dude, you know,
Oh,
and I'm like,
man.
this isn't a one scene thing. I think he's gonna come back in some way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yep. I think
Yeah.
she's gonna like PTSD is gonna kick in, and she's gonna kill him, and it's gonna start this whole thing, and yeah. And I like, how does Cassian get back? One, where's he going? Because Porker is dead.
Porco.
Porco, Porker.
Porker
That's the
cheese.
other Star Wars. We don't talk about that one.
Whoa.
That's the adult Star Wars.
Did you so
What is it
they
called?
like they were doing a live like stage reading of A New Hope
Yeah.
out in Los Angeles, and I think it was to like raise money for the fires, you know,
Mm.
to like
Mm-hmm.
help those affected by the fires. There's a bunch of people. There was a lot of like the Dropouts cast was
Mm.
there. Zach Oyama was 3PO.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Paul F. Tompkins was there.
Oh yeah.
But Tatiana Maslany,
Mm-hmm.
she was Leia.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, like it's just like it's a comedy sketch now, and like that was kind of a a sort of like lewd sort of bit that they were doing. Like,
Yeah.
the guy who's playing Luke like starts playing the R2 message, and then she's there just like kind of making it a little a little more suggestive. It's like, oh, do the thing with your hand again. It's like, help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's like, yeah. Where's the rest of the message?
They just did Empire, I think.
Yeah.
All new readers though. I don't remember who's in it. Um, but yeah, that kind of reminds me. There was man, what was it called? So there was a Star Wars porn movie. I don't remember what it was called. They can't call it Star Wars,
You
right?
can like you technically can, but it's got to be like a parody.
Oh, Star Wars, a porn parody like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So I bring this up because I had a friend who she's an actress, and she got cast as an extra in it. And
Oh,
she invited her husband. So they're like, yeah, sure. So I'm pretty sure they were like aliens on Tatooine or something like that, you
oh,
know?
okay.
And I was staying there for a little bit, and they had the movie. I'm like, what the hell is this? They're like, oh yeah, we're extras. They didn't just have Star Wars, the porn parody, Sam. They also had the edited down version of it on the same DVD.
Huh.
So you can watch Star Wars, a porn parody, or
Hmm.
just Star Wars.
Star Wars?
I'm like, what's the
Yeah.
point of doing this edited version? Like, when I could just go watch Star Wars.
They
Yeah,
put a lot of work into that, okay? They put a lot of work into the costumes and said, do you know the budgets that they have on these things? It's not a lot.
right. Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. We were talking about that adult Star Wars. That just reminded me of it. There is an adult non-porn version of Star Wars out there. I
It's
don't.
very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm a little bummed. I kind of wish that back in the day Simon Pegg and Nick Frost were had set out to do an entire fan recreation of A New Hope,
yeah,
but they only filmed one scene.
yeah,
And it's the or it's not even the opening of the movie, but it's when 3PO and R2 get to Tatooine and they're fighting.
yeah.
And then yeah, like they fought for real, and then they're just like, all right, that's it. We're not doing this anymore.
Speaking of Tatooine, I think I don't know if it's confirmed or not, but I think they said Tim Russ is coming back for Spaceballs too.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because he was the one who's combing the beach? No,
Combing the desert.
combing the desert. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, dude, that's funny.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, like it kind of reminds me of during COVID when they remade Princess Bride, but
Yeah.
like different celebrities, like they did each scene.
Hmm.
I'm like, I wish you could watch that somewhere. Like,
I think you can.
I think it's on YouTube
I think it's all
somewhere.
on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, but like
I'm pretty sure like they've edited it like so that you can watch the entire thing.
that's so cool.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
rad.
that. So, um, what else? So they pretty much confirmed that Vel and Cinta are still together, but they're not communicating
Hmm.
because uh so I guess like the no communication is on all planets or most because it's on the farm planet and on Chandrilla.
I don't. I don't think that's what that is. The idea that they can't send messages on Chandrila is because it's it's a it's like trying to send a spy message, in a public
Oh, okay.
venue, you
So
know?
basically, it's just Cinta being like, nope, we gotta play it cool. We gotta be
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, and that's the same reason why Clea had to leave, because it's like I can't
yeah.
really broadcast from here to find out what's going on. So like I need to go.
That was tense, dude. Like just her walking into the shop, I'm like, who's there? Who is it?
Right?
What's going on? I'm
Who's
like,
hiding behind Princess Amidala's headpiece?
yeah. Like, oh man.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, but man, that switchboard,
dude, I love that
that's
setup,
beautiful.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
She
want
should be a
one.
streamer. She should play games on Twitch. I'm like, dude, that's rad. Cause like it's all like it's not Star Trek where it's just boop boop boop. They're just pressing lights and stuff. You
hmm
know, it's like a switchboard and like knobs and handles and like
hmm
she pulls like the auxiliary cord into the connector. You know, I'm like, yeah, it's
And there's that giant
practical.
dial,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
can turn. I'm like, that's
I
so
was like, I
cool.
need
Yeah.
that. I need the physical touch of it. You know, like yeah. So, oh man, yeah. All in all, great episode. Um, again, the Rebel stuff was like the easily the weak parts, but everything else I really enjoyed.
hmm
Um, I'm kind of curious what the pacing is going to be like because it seems like there's one or two more nights left until the wedding. So I'm like, okay, so they're probably going to wrap that up in the next episode, I think.
Mm. Yeah.
But then like, are we going to get another time jump or not? Like, because we're still Boba Butt Yoda 4.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of curious, like, how close to Andor are we going to get? I mean, to Rogue One are we going to get?
hmm Oh man, we're just gonna have to see.
Because do you remember? I haven't seen Rogue One since it came out. Like, what was the time
hmm
span of that movie? Was it just like a couple weeks?
Yeah, pretty much. If that actually, like, I
So
don't.
it's like
I think it's like days. I think it's like 2 days, 2 or 3
Bubble Butt
tops.
Yoda point two.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah. I
Wow.
mean, I mean, like I don't want to, I don't think this is a spoiler for anything, but they pretty much said like the whole idea was you finish this season of Andor and then you jump into Rogue One, you
Yeah.
know?
Well, we got
So it's
10
like,
episodes to cover 4 years.
mm-hmm.
We'll
We'll
see.
see. We'll see how that
And,
goes.
maybe some of those years it was just the same, just fighting the good fight, getting
hmm
allies. Um,
Which like, you know, I don't think it makes it better, especially like this episode I was feeling
mm,
the gratingness of the rebels
mhm.
like you were talking about. And yeah, it does, it vexes me because yeah, like you're absolutely right. Like Diego Luna's just like stuck sitting on a floor for like an episode,
Yeah.
and like no, like you don't want to see that. You don't
Yeah.
want to see that for like your guy, for the hero of the show, especially during the last season.
I mean,
Um,
it's fine if they gave us a compelling characters,
yeah,
and it's just
yeah,
none of those rebels were. And then they
yeah.
just get killed off like nothing. I'm like, yeah, they killed them off like nothing. The same feelings I had for them the past two episodes. Nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
So yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I like what you were saying about like, maybe we could have seen like Cassian infiltrate that secret,
yeah.
weapons base, and then, we get to, you know, still see the same escape, but it's just a little bit later.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know.
Or
Um,
or like I would be like, okay, these are rebels. How does Cassian get them on his side? You
mhm.
know, if they were a competent group of people, they don't need to be competent fighters or competent rebels. They just need to be competent people. Like like all we needed was one rebel out of like the 10 we have out there who's like actually a well-written individual and is like, "Oh, this person, this there's might be something here." You know?
Yeah.
He helps Andor escape or whatever, and he's the one he pulls off the planet, or
Hmm.
something. Because it's like at this point, I don't care. We just wasted 2 episodes. Maybe Cassian will come back, or send up a flare to someone like, hey, there's these rebels down there. You might want to pick them up before they kill each other. Or
Yeah.
he might not. Either way, I don't care. But like this would have been a cool moment to actually let him like inadvertently become a leader.
Mm.
Like I don't
Hmm.
I just feel like there were so many different ways you could have taken this, and I still feel like it was just comedy relief. Like there
Yeah.
wasn't enough good substance to say it wasn't comedy relief. And it
Yeah.
wasn't even good comedy relief. So,
Especially like amidst, like, yeah, we have terrifying scenes of just an officer cornering a woman at her job,
mhm.
you know, like we've got those harrowing scenes, and then yeah, we've got these dudes who are playing, Star Wars rock paper scissors, and you're like,
Yeah.
this isn't fun, really. Yeah. So yeah, in hindsight, I am very much like, yeah, this
Yeah.
does feel kind of like a waste.
Well, I'm
Um,
glad you came over to the light side.
yep. Hey,
Welcome to the Jedi, Sam. We have big ideas, but we're going to let everyone down in the end.
yep, and that's the Jedi way.
That's the
That's the
Jedi way.
way.
Speaking of
Uh-huh.
which, I forgot what was it, but they voted the Stranger, which is the villain from the Acolyte, as one of as Star Wars best villain. And I was like,
Oh,
hell yeah.
wow. Okay.
Yeah. Too bad the rest of the show couldn't keep up with it, and too bad we'll never find out what happens next. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh damn. I still want you to watch it just for that character.
I do still want to watch it.
That's harsh. I did like his character, and I did like the lead,
Hmm.
Amanda Steinberg.
Yeah.
I thought she did great as the lead of the show. That's it. That's all I had to say.
Oh, okay.
So, oh, and
Yes.
so is
Steinberg, yes.
Steinberg, the main Jedi. I forgot that actor's name from
Hmm. Squid Games, right?
Squid Games. Yeah,
Yeah.
he did cool. He definitely had like definitely Qui-Gon Jinn inspired type of Jedi, And I'm like,
Hmm.
I like this guy a lot. Um, but yeah, unfortunately, just the writing wasn't there, which sucks because it was from the creator of Russian Doll, which is like that first season was one of the best shows I've ever seen. So I'm like,
Hmm.
I don't know what happened with the Acolyte.
Hmm.
We're going off rails. All I say is I do know what happens. I think it was a movie that they decided they're not going to give millions of dollars to make this movie.
Yeah.
So they're going to turn it into like 6 episodes instead, and they just stretched it too thin.
Yeah. Yeah. You know. I mean, I like, hey, uh it's like we talked about this off pod yesterday, but we were talking about similar stuff with Paramount and Star Trek,
Yep.
and it's
Yep.
like, yeah, like it's the same thing. Like, I definitely do think that like Disney has a better handle on what sort of property they have, in terms of like, hey, like this is Star Wars. Like we can do literally any stories within Star Wars.
Right.
And that kind of feels like the vibe that they're doing right now. They've got doing the Acolyte, doing Andor, doing Skeleton Crew,
Hmm.
like, yeah, it feels like we're capturing like that kind of aesthetic.
Yeah, they're taking
Um,
swings, you
yeah,
know?
yeah, they're taking swings, they're seeing what works, what doesn't.
They're not all going to be a
Um,
hit, but they're taking swings, so
yeah, yeah,
it's good. Star Trek, I feel like they're playing it very safe.
yeah,
I will say though, I'm not caught up on all the new Trek, but
yeah,
the
yeah,
things I don't like about new Trek, I feel like it's because they're playing it safe,
yeah,
and they should be innovating.
yeah. Hmm.
So when they say that they want to do an Andor-esque series in the Star Trek universe, I'm not opposed to it. I just don't know if they have the creative people available to take the right lessons from Andor.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm afraid they're just gonna say, okay, we're gonna do something darker, maybe grittier. I'm like, well,
Hmm.
a big success, yes, Andor is that, but a big part of its success is how freaking relevant it is.
Hmm.
Star Trek, they're not fighting fascism, you know. At
Hmm.
least not, well, it depends. When are they going to set the story? You know?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, so like at least they're taking swings with Star Wars. They're trying new things. Um, I wish they kind of did that with Star Trek more. But
Hmm.
then who knows? That's how you get the Section 31 movie. Ooh. I love you,
Wow.
Michelle Yeoh, but ooh,
Which you didn't even watch.
I didn't even watch.
Yeah.
I will eventually.
Mm.
So, uh, but yeah, I mean, with Andor, like I am kind of tempted to get back into the Star Wars universe. I want to watch Ahsoka, but I
Hmm.
never saw Rebels. And like people say you don't have to, but I'm like, yeah, but when all these characters show up, like I want to feel something because I know everyone else is feeling something.
Yeah.
But I'm not because I'm like, oh yeah, those were the cartoon characters. Okay. Also, Ray Stevenson, was in it. So,
Yeah.
um, I kind of want to check that out, but it's I feel like there's a lot to catch up on. The leaked trailer for The Mandalorian and Grogu did look pretty badass. I'm
It
not
did
gonna
look
lie.
it did look pretty
It looked
badass.
really badass, and I'm like,
Uh-huh.
wow, okay.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I need to catch up. But yeah, yeah. So Star Wars, hopefully Star Trek. I feel like there's good things, you know, in
Hmm.
the works.
Hmm.
Critical Role just announcing that Campaign 4 is a West Marches style D&D game. They're playing
Hmm.
D&D still. I did
Hmm.
not see that coming. I thought they were going Daggerheart for sure.
Hmm.
A 13-player cast that's going to rotate. I'm like,
That's crazy. That's
this is
wild.
crazy. I'm
I'm
down with
in.
this. And it makes sense. It's their 10-year anniversary. They're taking those swings, man.
Hmm.
And the fans are going to show up for them no matter what. I'm one of them. So I'm like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's just do it. I'm actually surprised that there's no D20 people in the cast. I was kind of bummed. I thought we were going to get at least one.
Yeah, I am too. Like Lou, like I feel
Yeah.
like Lou's probably like the one that, they would go to.
Right.
Um, but but yeah, I don't know. Like that's such a big cast already. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Here's the thing, and we talked about this. Their
we
new
did.
table is huge. It's almost
Yes.
like a bar.
Yeah.
They said that they're going to split into three of entering parties, which means parties of four people.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big table for four people.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Maybe.
guessing we're going to get a lot of guests.
Ooh, maybe. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go, man. Critical Role, Star Wars, Star
Mm-hmm.
Trek. What else nerdy is coming out? Lego Batman: The Dark Knight, which just looks like a smash between the Batman and the Christopher Nolan trilogy. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, dude, I love. Oh, they're selling it as Arkham style gameplay with Legos.
Yeah,
Like, I'm like,
you
dude,
could
that's
tell because
awesome.
he jumps down off
Mhm.
of something and like tackles a guy and then like jumps over to get the other guy. I was like, this is the Arkham
I
mechanic.
just want him to jump on a guy and he explodes into bricks. So Gamescom is happening right now in
Hmm.
Germany, I believe, showing all these new trailers and stuff. And I'm like, oh, dude,
Mm,
this is exciting.
that's cool. That's cool.
The new expansion to World of Warcraft is coming out.
Ooh,
Midnight. Which
that's
I mean,
it.
yeah. Which I mean, it looks part two of the World Soul saga. I don't remember what it's called.
Okay,
I've
you
been
lost
so
me.
out of World of Warcraft, like I don't know what's going on, but they have a new housing mechanic where you get to build and create your own house. I'm like,
Don't
oh,
don't do it.
I'm feeling the pull, Sam.
Don't do it.
It's
Resist.
like the black tar heroin. Like it's just pulling me back
No.
in, Sam.
Oh my God, no. Stop it.
World of Warcraft, I can hear the music. Ooh, doo, 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 doo. Oh man. Time to put in my Stormwind armor again. Let's
I
go decorate a house.
see it for some reason this is too nerdy for me. I'm like, no, I can't. I'm out.
What, house building or World of Warcraft?
No, just Warcraft.
Uh, I love that
Yeah.
world. I just, I don't know if I could play it on my new Mac. Maybe.
Probably
I,
not.
I couldn't do it on my laptop, but I don't
Yeah,
know. This iMac is pretty powerful, so we'll see.
maybe,
But
you know,
yeah, no, if I go back in, I'm not
there's a,
coming out.
yeah, you're not coming
At
out.
least not all of me. They're gonna take pieces.
30 years are gonna go by in
Oh
that
god.
world,
Yeah.
but it'll only be 4 months.
Oh, perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah, but you'll have aged those 30 years
Oh
too
no.
in those 4 months.
Yeah, yeah.
Hello, it's me, Matt, and this
Hello,
is Lost Legacies.
legacies. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Oh man. Yeah. I'm trying to think what else is new. I feel like did we get anything out of Comic-Con or I am looking forward to
I mean,
Frankenstein.
that was a while ago.
It was the summer, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, I guess it's true.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Frankenstein. Frankenstein and Good Boy are my official
Oh,
like
that's
last
right.
these are the things I'm looking forward to in theaters now.
I hate how much I want to watch Good Boy. I'm gonna let everyone watch it and tell me about it, and then I'll probably watch it when it hits streaming. And
You'll watch it next year for our Halloween
yeah, and I'm not
movie
hitting full
watch.
screen, man. I'm gonna have it like the smallest screen possible on my giant iMac with all the surrounding light just blinding
While
me.
you're
I'm
playing
just
Call of Duty, you'll just be occasionally looking,
no.
to the screen.
I've stopped Call of Duty. I'm not
Oh.
on that. That's not me anymore, Sam.
Oh, okay,
Especially with
okay.
the trailer for the new one. I'm sorry, it just looks like crap. Like this is supposed to be a game about
Whoa.
soldiers
Whoa.
answering the Call of Duty. This isn't
Uh-huh.
supposed to be about future guns and getting hallucinogenic dreams and you're fighting like they were clearly inspired. They admitted that they were inspired by the Scarecrow scenes of the Arkham series. And I'm like,
Okay.
yeah, that looks like this entire game. I'm like,
Okay.
yeah,
Why don't you just go make a game that's that?
yeah, I know. That being said, I might be checking out the new Battlefield, Battlefield 6.
Oh,
That looks amazing.
okay.
So don't sully my name with Call of Duty.
Okay, I'm sorry. You'll be looking at Good Boy on the smallest screen on your big old Mac
While
while
playing
you're
Battlefield
playing
6,
Battlefield 6.
BF6. Yeah, yeah. Because yeah, just if I have the gun in my hand, I won't be as scared.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, man, Good Boy looks awesome. If guys
Hmm.
listeners, if you don't know what that is, it's a horror movie that takes it place entirely from the dog's perspective.
Yep.
It's the dog's story through this horror movie. I'm like, oh my
Hmm.
God. It
Hmm.
looks so good, and I'm too scared. I'm not gonna watch it. Yeah, that's it. I feel like it's been a while since we talked about like upcoming stuff, just because I don't know. For the longest time, I feel like there's nothing really to look forward to.
Yeah.
It was like Superman and Fantastic Four that was kind of it. But now I kind of feel
Hmm.
like, oh, okay, there's more stuff on the way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
okay, yeah. So
There's a lot came out. There's a lot on the horizon,
yeah, yeah. I can't wait for next week's episode of Andor.
Yeah, me too. We'll be talking about Andor season 2, episode 3, Harvest,
Uh-oh.
in which time is running out for everyone.
Oh crap.
Mm-hmm. Hey man, you know Andor, you know the style by now. Third episode, we're ramping up,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So we'll have to see what happens. We'll have to see which one of your predictions comes true, if any. Well, all right, listeners, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining us again for another episode. We're happy to have y'all here, happy to be here with you. As always, you can find us #Lost Legacies on every platform. We will find it. Let us know your thoughts on this episode. Let us know if Matt and I are completely wrong about those pesky, not very funny comic relief rebels.
Oh god.
Yeah, but yeah, just let us know how you feel. #Lost Legacies. You can find me on Instagram and Threads at Real. It's REL Texas Weirdo.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram and Threads at Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch and on BluSky at Matthew Jimenez.
All right, listeners. Until next time,
Fight the
fight
Empire.
the Empire.